What's going on, everybody? C4 here, and you best believe I was going to talk about this issue. Anytime a position of need on the Philadelphia Eagles becomes potentially available, be it trade, be it free agency, you better believe that the Philadelphia Eagle fans are going to just flock to social media, tell their neighbors, tell their doctor, tell their mailman that they think Philadelphia should sign said free agent. And today is no different, especially because I am bringing in my Florida Gator bias, as the Cleveland Browns have released Joe Haden, and corner being still a position of need for the Philadelphia Eagles, especially with the uncertainty of Sidney Jones, especially if Sidney Jones doesn't return this year. Should they look at signing Joe Haden? I was, half joking yesterday on Twitter, if you don't follow me on Twitter, at beastmode_TV, that Philly should make a trade for Joe Haden, because Joe Haden was just reportedly on the trade block, and I was like, yeah, hell yeah, let's do it. Let's get all the Florida Gators on Philly. Realistically, I probably wouldn't want that to happen. Joe Haden was making too much money, and I don't really think we're in the business right now of giving up assets. It seems like we're trying to trade almost all of our depth guys for late round picks, pretty much. Not even late round picks, because we don't have a second or third next year. So we're definitely not in the business of trading assets. But now Joe Haden has been released by the Cleveland Browns, and everyone's like saying, should we get Joe Haden? Should we do I absolutely think we should, in one condition. And it's not going to be the condition that, most people are going to say. Most people are going to say, well, if we get him on a one-year cheap deal, that's where I want Joe Haden. Obviously, he's 29. You don't sign a guy at free agent, especially that's 29, to anything much longer than a one-year deal. But the thing is if in Howie's heart, in that front office's heart, if they do not believe that Sidney Jones will be back this season, they don't think there's a chance in hell that if, without rushing him back and causing potentially further harm to his injury, that Sidney Jones can't return, you go out and get Joe Haden. Joe Haden was, I don't know, there's everyone saying he was ranked 88th out of 110 corners. He got beat by Nelson Aguilar once when we played the Browns last year. You know who was ranked the worst corner in football last year? It was Jalen Mills. And everyone is just hyped that he may be able to come back and turn it around this season. Well, where's that motivation to Joe Haden having a fresh set of scenery? Sure, he's had the injury problems, but on a one-year deal to give us absolute cover, better cover than a Patrick Robinson. Ron Brooks got cut. He's not even on the roster anymore. Our cornerback room is still in absolute shambles, and I think a guy like Joe Haden offers a lot more than, say, someone maybe like Darrelle Revis, who's being grouped into the same pile of corners that are on that trash heap in free agency. I think Joe Haden still has some value. This is a guy, best way to kind of describe it, I'm trying to take my bias out of it, because obviously if we got Joe Haden, I probably would get a Joe Haden jersey. I'm still waiting to get my Tebow jersey from when he was in Philly. But, you know what, I'm kind of seeing this as, there's a lot of connections to Joe Haden and Nassi Amnawa. Not Nnamdi. I don't even want to say his name correctly. It gives me like an aneurysm every time I think about it. But Nnamdi Asomugha was kind of like Joe Haden. Nnamdi Asomugha was living life in Oakland. He was regarded as, he was really underrated. No one really knew what the hell was going on with him, but everyone knew he was good. And then we hit free agency. We paid big money and found out that he didn't have it anymore. Wasn't a scheme fit. Wasn't good. Kind of thing goes with Joe Haden. Joe Haden's been an underrated guy. A lot of people just know he's good. You haven't really probably watched him play. You just know the name value. And now he has potentially an option to come to Philly. The only difference is that we're not locked into a massive, massive deal. And if we do get Joe Haden, it will definitely be on a one-year deal. That's pretty much what I'm saying with Joe Haden. I understand he's not going to be the same player that he once was. He's not going to be the guy that would shut down A.J. Green every week. But I do believe, for a one-year deal, I would because Patrick Robinson is pretty much here on a one-year deal. That's what I'm saying. Patrick Robinson is a one-year Band-Aid type player, and he's looked terrible. All reports is that he's just getting beat like a drum at camp from Nelson Aguilar, from Mac Hollins, from Bryce Treggs. So if he's your one-year Band-Aid, get rid of him, upgrade that one-year Band-Aid to a guy like Joe Haden, who's certainly, with a fresh new scheme, better players around, who's on a fucking terrible Cleveland Brown defense. I couldn't name a starting safety. They had goddamn Ed Reynolds, who got cut every free agent, after every preseason here in Philly. He was their starting safety. So Joe Haden is going to come to a better defense. He's definitely the mold of a corner that Jim Schwartz wants. We've already broken down in videos past that Jim Schwartz likes his, between 5'10", 5'11", between 5'8" and 5'11" corners. So he's a scheme fit, man corner, and better than Patrick Robinson. So we're dealing with Band-Aids at this point, And I definitely think Joe Haden would offer a lot more than what Patrick Robinson would offer. He probably wouldn't cost much more than what we just gained by cutting Ron Brooks. You know? So, I mean, I'm trying my best. Like, maybe if he didn't go to Florida, I wouldn't be giving a shit. So, I completely understand that. But I think I'm speaking some straight facts here. Is that when it all comes down to it, if Sidney Jones is not going to be ready, if the Eagles, they're not trying to show their hand, they're not trying to upset the fan base, because everyone's optimistic that we will be able to see Sidney Jones in a Philadelphia uniform starting a game this year. But if they know in their heart of hearts that he is not going to play, and then we're still dealing with Band-Aids at the cornerback spot on the roster, a la Patrick Robinson, Joe Haden must be a target. Must absolutely be a target for the Philadelphia Eagles, and that is my take on it. Because it's not like you're going to be spending, a big motherfucking guy. He's not going to want a 3-year deal. He's not going to want something that's going to hinder our ability to sign our free agents next year, to sign Alshon Jeffrey, to sign Timmy Jernigan, to sign Nigel Bradham, to sign Trey Burton, etc. He's going to be on a 1-year deal. That's I would tell me right now, would you rather see the Philadelphia Eagles have Ronald Darby, Jalen Mills, Rasul Douglas, probably not Sidney Jones, and Joe Haden? Or would you like to see Ronald Darby, Jalen Mills, Rasul Douglas, and then if one of those guys goes down, or hell, he may at the goddamn start, Patrick Robinson and Dexter McDougal? Go out and get Joe Haden if the price is right. Go out and get Joe Haden if Sidney Jones isn't playing this year. That's my take on it. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments section below. And that's all for you today, guys. So if this is your first time stopping by, Eagles channel. We love talking about the Eagles, so hit that subscribe button. And until next time, C4 saying peace out.